When we talk about compound propositions, these are just that. It's many propositions pushed into each other to make some type of sense using the logical connectives that you and I are used to. So you're going to start seeing different symbols. You and I are used to the ands, the nots, the ors when it comes to programming. It's the same idea when we have, well, discrete math with this and our logical propositions here. It's just the symbols are slightly different. There's a negation. By the way, negation, you also can see the umlauts or the tilde. And then you have conjunction, which is your and. By the way, for conjunction, because I'm dyslexic here, conjunction, it already almost makes the and. If you just put a cross underneath of it, there's the A. Disjunction is or. By the way, conjunction and disjunction are going to show up as terminology in some parts of this course. Just remember, it just means ands and ors, but we're just being specific here. The implication, biconditional, we'll get into that later. I'm not really worried about that. You might see, matter of fact, you're going to see a symbol of it right there pop up there, but we'll explain it in more detail here in a minute. So as we're doing this, we're going to have a constructed English sentence, and then we're going to have it broken down into smaller pieces that, frankly, may make more sense to us as programmers if we were to program this thing out and have our propositional logic solution here. But again, I want to get into the proposition variables. All it is a substitution. So notice that our conjunctions or connectives, I should say, are really breaking things up here. I go to Harry's, that's going to be replaced by a variable P, then Q, then R respectively, and that's how we're going to go ahead and break it down. And notice it's going to be using your same parentheses that you're used to. There is that arrow right there that I will get into a little bit more here, so bear with me there. There's the not when we have the or right there with the not right here, and notice the overall setup. So that's part one, or example number one that I've got for you. Here is example number two. Now again, those connectives are really, really important on breaking things down between subjects and, frankly, only if, and what's the other one, is then, it's, you're not a freshman. That's where things get broken down into our atomic propositions, which are the individual pieces. They get substituted into variables, and then we can break them down into our overall equation that we have. And then you can spell everything out here. So again, there's some things I haven't gotten to yet, but I'm just worried that you understand the sentences or propositions are going to work together. They come out to an overall sentence that actually has some logical sense, but now we're going to have to start worrying about the form, or this particular form, on how we solve this particular sentence in our propositions.